2, 1, let's get it.
Last time on Rant Wednesday, Uncle Gary stood here and told you how Dominic Toretto was going to say the fate of the universe. But today is a different story. Today we are going to talk about something different because today is Rant Wednesday!
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. It's that time of day. It is Wednesday, which means it's Rant Wednesday. I hope you guys had a good week because I know I did. I went drifting this weekend at Apple Valley at the Black Dudes Drift event. And yes, if you're wondering if black people do drift, they do. And they have really built good cars, me being one of them. My car is whatever. It's a shitty car. But what I'm saying is I have fun. Shout out to the Black Dudes Drift community. Can't wait to go to the next event. It was exactly what I thought. Camaraderie, fellowship, food, and shenanigans. And yes, you do not have to be black to come. Open to all race, sizes, creeds, and genders. So whatever you identify as, you may come. Whatever you look like, you may come. Whatever color you are, you may come. If you're turning purple, we might have to call the ambulance and get you a helicopter sport just like we did. Video coming soon. Yes, people. And don't forget the JZX100 giveaway is still going on. Hit the link below. We have less than a few days left, so I don't want to hear, well, I didn't know about it. I'm about to be blowing up y'all social media feed this next week with these shenanigans with this car, and it's time to get into it. I was talking to my boy the other day. He was telling me his son was singing a song, and he was singing Linkin Park, I believe, One Step Closer. And he's like, my kid keeps going around singing, shut up, and he doesn't know what it means. And I'm like, bro, I remember when Linkin Park first came out. I never forget as a kid, that CD came out, Hybrid Theory, and I was running around. I believe it was me, Mike, and Terry, and my homie D'Angelo, Josh. We all got it, and we were like, fuck, and we played that thing until the CD broke. I don't know if that's a physical thing or we just kept hitting the CD player with the basketball, but it was great. But as you come forward as an adult, you're like, fuck, that album's 20 years old now. If you want to feel really old, Vice City's 21 years old. Get Rich or Die Trying's 20 years old. And I'm like, fuck, I remember when those came out. And the thing I'm trying to get to is our childhood. The number one thing that's stripped away as an adult, and you don't realize it, is your childhood. And I sit here in meetings and I sit here and look at people that as we approach our 30s, it's like, fuck, we're really like turning into our parents in a sense. But I'm gonna break it down to you like this. When our parents were growing up, they had Wile E. Coyote, Looney Tunes, Howdy Doody, Leave It to Beaver, and all that other BS. But then when they had kids and they looked at us, they was like, what's this goofy ass shit you watching? This anime, these flashing lights, this goofy ass Ren and Stimpy. I remember my grandma kept telling me Beavis and Butthead are complete morons. But it was an amazing cartoon. And as we get older, we look at the future generations. I was watching my homie's kid watch TV. Not like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. He was watching goddamn Steven Universe, Craig of the Creek. There's this one show I can't think of, but it's this like fat little kid and he talks like this. And I was like, this show is fucking stupid. But then I watched it and I was like, it's not a bad show. Craig of the Creek is a great show. It was some show on Cartoon Network. I'm not saying Cartoon Network's not like how it was. It really isn't. But what I'm saying is that nobody prepares you for childhood or going into adulthood. Everybody, when you're growing up, says, man, enjoy being a kid while you can. But they don't explain to you what that means. My grandma would always say, enjoy being a kid while you can. And I never wanted to grow up. Wasn't one of the kids like, I can't wait to get out the house. I can't wait to be older. I enjoyed very much staying at home or being able to have an adult watch over me or do XYZ. And as I became an adult and somebody's like, hey, can you watch my kid? I'm like, bro, I'm not responsible. I saw two little kids fighting. They said, why you didn't stop it? I was like, they have to learn that one of them has to get mollywopped and one of them is going to have to get tougher. That's just what it is. And when you're a kid, you hear things and you see things and it's like, bro, remember when the parents tell you come home before the street lights turn on? Don't talk to strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. Don't do this. Don't do that. And you realize you go into adult life and you're like, don't run red lights. Don't take free medicinal remedies at raves. Don't do this. Don't do that. And a lot of don'ts you realize as a kid that you do as an adult helps you with adventures and may end up in a facility of a medical restitution. But it's like I sit here and I'm like, bro, I miss I miss being a kid, but I never grew up. I'm just a big ass kid. The only difference between being a kid and being an adult, when you're an adult, people rely on you. No matter what, people rely on you. When you're a kid, there's like, when you look behind you, there's nobody that relies on you. You're just a kid. You have no responsibilities. There's no worry about if the water's getting turned off, if the insurance is paid, if the gas is off. If shit like that happened as you're a kid, you just adapted. You be like, oh, well, we ain't got no lights. I'll play outside until I get tired enough to come home and fall asleep. Oh, we ain't got no hot water. Well, just get hot and musty, take a cold shower. It's not that bad. If you didn't have no electricity to watch TV or anything like that, that goes with lights. If you didn't have no, you see, water, power, gas, that's about it. If you didn't have no clothes, you got hand-me-downs from your older cousins. Yeah, those Jordans may be 3 sizes too big, but just stuff a couple of socks in them. And it wasn't that bad. And it's just like, as you get older and you realize, like, fuck, I'm older. And as I get older and I realize one day I'm going to have a child. And the biggest thing somebody told me was, you get to relive your experiences through your child. I don't know that yet, but when that time comes, I can't wait to give all these cherished items to little Gary or Garisha and explain what Dave Mirra was and explain what Tony Hawk Underground 2, Tokyo Extreme Racer. Best believe my kids going to play Tokyo Extreme Racer. They are going to have to learn the quarrels of a racing game, and it's just those simple things. And remember this, as you get older, the times change, but don't let the times change you. And what I mean by that, we are in a world where everything is very, very accessible. Everything good and everything evil. If you were like me growing up, you went to thegore.com, you went to all those kind of websites, and you saw the evils of the world, but you just thought it was a game. But now, as you realize you get older, those were real people. But also the happiness of the world. You never forget your first bike ride. I never forget my first hop whip. I'll never forget my first bunny hop. I'll never forget the first time I really ate shit and almost thought I was going to die. And those are the experiences that we carry on into adulthood. Even with driving, like, the reason I bring this up is because even when I'm driving, I'm like super scared. Like, I'm going in an entry like 60 miles an hour. And I'm driving on, like, damn, you really just driving a car 60 miles an hour to go sideways. But it's that thrill that I got of dropping in at the skate park. Like, it's the thrill of the unknown. Like, and that's with life. It's just the thrill of the unknown. If you're not scared, then you're not doing it right. So be scared. It's okay. We ready for the song of the day? We ready, Tommy? We ready, Dave? We ready, Tony? We ready? Booty Hustler Lady, I'm going to try this, my Stone Cold, we ready? I watch how the moon sits in the sky in a dark night, shining from the light from the sun, but the sun doesn't give the right to the moon, assuming the moon's going to owe it one. It makes me think of the things that make me. That if you know those verses to the song, just comment below. That's all I know right now, because it's like that song is that, you know, if you know the name of the song, comment below. If you know the name of the album, comment below. If you know the rest of the words, comment below, or DM me, King Anytime, and DM Booty Hustlers. Have a good morning, good night, good evening. And remember, Car X Drift. Let me know when you want to play. What days we should play Car X Drift, because I'm down to play. See you later, suckers.